Hey everybody, it's Joe. So we're doing this project on Hit Record called Recipe Remix. And if you like to cook or you like watching cooking shows and you're always like, I could be good on a cooking show, this might be something really fun for you to do. We've already actually made sort of a pilot episode of this that turned out really, really well. And we want to make more of them. And this particular project, any project on Hit Record, it's possible that it becomes something bigger. I think this one has probably more potential than most to actually like become a television show. You never know with these things, of course. But this is a project I've showed to various like colleagues of mine in Hollywood and who have said like that would actually make a really good television show. And one of the determining factors of whether it would be a good show is if when we're doing this, a lot of people are like, yeah, that sounds fun. I would want to contribute to a show like that. I would want to get out my camera and record myself cooking, talking about a meaningful recipe to me. So that's what we're asking you guys to do. The concept of the show is that someone cooks a recipe, records themselves doing it. It should be a really meaningful recipe, something from their family or something from your culture, from your heritage, something that has a really meaningful story that you can tell while you cook it. And then the idea is other people remix that recipe. And there's something really sweet and beautiful about that happening. If you watch the pilot episode that we made, you'll see it shows this human connection of people coming together through food. And it's sort of, in a way, the epitome of the creative process. And a lot of what happens on Hit Record, people remixing each other with their writing or their music or their art or their filmmaking. And food is actually makes a lot of sense to remix each other's recipe. Like in the pilot episode, this woman from Texas made a recipe that was meaningful to her and her family growing up. She grew up in the South of the United States, and it was beans, taters, and cornbread. And then this other woman from New England was like, oh, I can take your recipe that's from the South, but I'm from New England on the East Coast of the U.S., and here's sort of the ingredients that come from where I'm from and how it mixes with your family story and my family story. And now we've got these two human beings that are really connecting on a pretty profound level, but it's all around the remix of a recipe. So if you're cooking something tonight for dinner, get out the camera, make something special out of it, put on a show, tell us a story, tell us about yourself through food. And I look forward to seeing what you guys record. Thanks.